other
like Lilith
versions.
is a huge character symbol in like, you know, a lot of like pagan sort of religions.
Original witch to a lot of
and like, but she's originally part of the Christian storyline that, you know, they sort of like kicked out like a long time ago, you know, whatever.
Jewish storyline, I think.
Yes,
it's First Testament.
And you know, but it's, you know, part of that sort of like lineage, and then they're just kind of like, we're just gonna forget about that and get rid of all of the work that we have written about her, and pretend that doesn't exist anymore.
She's just too much.
She's just too much.
Yeah,
she might get women the wrong idea.
Yeah.
I do have to say, I would be remiss in talking a little bit about some of the controversy of I don't know, modern pagans and witches talking about that Sabrina doesn't quite represent them in the greatest way, because there is this idea that like all witches are Satan worshippers, and that which, again, I personally think it's an alternate universe, and it's not based on modern witchcraft or modern paganism per se,
right?
But that swirls around a lot of saying, like, to borrow terminology, you're going to make the Muggles think we're all Satan worshippers. Like, I personally don't have an issue with the show. I enjoy the show. It's entertaining. But there are the way they mush it together is really interesting.
You know, I guess I can see that, because my first reaction is just like, everybody knows that these are very separate things. But I'm like, remembering Harry Potter and like, you know, the very specific groups that were like, my children cannot read them because then they will like worship devils.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm just like, everybody doesn't know. Yeah. So I guess that's a fair point.
I think though that they don't specifically reference being Wiccan and like come right out and say we're Satanists.
And also,
so that might be Wicca projecting too.
Is a total Wicca's a religion in and of itself.
Right. Which is why I don't think it really associates itself with it.
No, that's what, like, I think just the general public that maybe doesn't know the differences, is like
where the problem is.
Yeah, confuse it all.
Like, all witches are not Wiccan, and Satanism is a totally separate thing that is, you know, a legitimate religion in and of itself, which is not this that's on the show at all. And they actually got sued for using some of their statues. Their idol, so.
Which, it's like, your Netflix, just pay the people so we can have a second season.
Or, you know, change it a little bit. I don't know. Like, because I thought it was interesting that they did use the exact.
Yeah, there's a million more things. They talk about the sphere of Longinus. They talk about, I don't know, like even Dorcas is a name of somebody from the Bible who was like raised by Peter in the New Testament. So like, there's just layers and layers and layers and layers of stuff. Like, we could just do a whole podcast on like all of that
religious symbology.
Absolutely. For sure. But moving on to what you guys think is coming for season 3, are we getting a Riverdale crossover, do you think?
I don't know. Okay, so I'm not caught up on Riverdale. I actually need to. I've been meaning to watch it. The most recent season. So I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so has there been any like magic on Riverdale?
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
So it's all completely mortal. They're like, it's very much like a Scooby-Doo kind of thing, almost, where when something like spooky happens, they're like, oh my god, it was the janitor. That's a spoiler.
I think there is potential for it, though, because in Greendale, really,
they mention it a lot.
They do, and that like it exists in the same universe, and really the people in Greendale don't know that magic is a thing until all this stuff starts happening, and Sabrina kind of outs them. And not everybody is aware of, you know, witches and monsters and all these things going on. So I could see a crossover.
Yeah, I actually had this thought because we were talking about like the time period, and I think a really cool twist on doing a crossover that I don't think they're going to do, but it would be neat, would be for it actually to us to find out that this is a generation back, and that like it's with all of the parents, you know, because they've all been living there their whole lives, you know what I mean? So, you know, Archie's and all of their parents are the people who are young when they go over there.
Interesting.
It would just be like a little bit because everyone expects it to happen, like to subvert expectations. I don't think that's going to happen.
I was going to say, because there's that character I was telling you about.
So, yeah, and then I did not recognize him at all because he's in like 1 second of Riverdale. I have to say, I only started watching Riverdale because I wanted more Sabrina last season.
Yeah.
And then it would like really kind of scratches the itch.
Yeah.
It's very much more CW.
Yeah.
But it's still
that same tone.
Yeah. If you're sad that Sabrina's over, Riverdale's worth it.
So you did convince me to like give it a try, and I'm a couple episodes in, and I cannot stand Archie's hair color. I'm just like,
oh my god, I know.
Redhead, get out of here. Get out of my
so
life.
Bad. It's such a specific orange that's just not.
Just like it's very comic book.
Well, that's what I think they're trying to do with it.
Because, like, I mean, even Cheryl has. I mean, totally. I digress here, but Cheryl has that bright red, but it's not that quite orange, and it doesn't look comical on her the way it does on him.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my.
But they did.
That show so far.
So they did already have, which I did not notice. You mentioned it like you had seen in an article or something. Mm-hmm. But yeah, because they mentioned Greendale a lot in Riverdale too, and like just across Sweetwater River, just across the river,
kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. But Ben, who's a character from the first season, who's being given lessons by Miss Grundy, and he appears and delivers a pizza to Miss Wardwell, right? Mm-hmm. And it says Ben on the name tag when I went and looked it up because I did not remember this. But so it's very clearly supposed to be him. So I guess we are going to be in the same.
And the references that Miss Wardwell, makes to like. She alludes to, like, oh, a sexual relationship here with my little pizza delivery boy.
Yeah.
So he's, like, this little plaything of older women.
And she is a teacher, too.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but he's supposed to be, again, a spoiler, like, not alive on the show anymore in Riverdale. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if they're setting us a couple seasons back. Mm-hmm. What's going on with that?
The timeline is.
I think they're going to milk it out for a while, though.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll keep having, like, side characters crossover.
Yeah.
But
not necessarily, like, main storylines.
I think it would make more sense for Sabrina to show up on Riverdale than it makes for Archie and all of them to show up in Greendale, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Well, awesome. Thanks for joining, Stephanie. As always, Aubrey, thanks for chatting this out with me. That was Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Before we go, what are you guys obsessed with this week?
I just got a new game on Steam, and it's called Forgotten Anne. And it's a side-scrolling adventure game with, like, a lot of puzzle elements.
Ooh, fun.
The animation blew me away. It's so good. And the play mechanics are, like, very beginner-friendly for my non-gamer or gamer-light kind of friends. If you're a fan of Hayao Miyazaki or Studio Ghibli works, I highly recommend it. Like Spirited Away or Princess Mononoke, it will be up your alley. It's gorgeous.
Nice.
I just got around to watching Someone Great on Netflix. Gina Rodriguez is in it. She's the star of Jane the Virgin, which is another CW show. And it was so good. I feel like it was completely targeted at my/our age group, and I'm totally fine with it. I loved it. I cried through the whole thing. It was just such a great, like, I guess you can't call it a coming of age because we're of age. And it was just such an emotional experience. Like, I cried happy tears, I cried sad tears, I laughed, the music was great. It was a really well done movie, and everybody should watch it. And I just love Gina Rodriguez. I actually started rewatching Jane the Virgin because I wanted more Gina Rodriguez.
Nice. So this week I'm a little obsessed with Rick Riordan. He writes, I don't know if he's still making them or not, the Percy Jackson series. So they're middle reader books. My niece originally gave them to me. She's like, you like reading, like, you want to read these books? And I was like, sure, I'll read them, so I can have something to talk about. with her, and she just gives me the whole box set. I was like, okay, great. And then, I finished those, and then this year she came back and gave me the whole box set for like the next volume of, I guess, Percy Jackson books. I don't know. I'm kind of really enjoying them. They're fun. They're light. Again, they're middle readers, so they're super easy to read, and like you fly through them. But in this, Heroes of Olympus series, you're getting like the Greek gods and the Roman gods like mushed together.
Oh, fun.
So he kind of like
That's
does
cool.
a lot of like Greek and Roman mythology, but set in current times, because they're all like demigods, sons and daughters of these gods, and they're heroes, and they go on adventures. So I'm enjoying it. It's fun. There's some problematic things with it that I kind of come across every once in a while, but overall it's just a fun, delightful, quick and easy read, and great for the kids. You want to have conversations about that with your nieces and nephews or your children? They're actually not bad to read. So
Nice. Well, that's all for us. Thanks for listening. Please like and rate us on your favorite podcast listening app, and we'll see you next time.
ciao.
Bye.
Right.